Good evening, everyone, and how is everybody doing today? It's GrayManPrepping, and it is time for a wonderful day of the week where we learn more. Tactical Tuesday, where we talk about tactics, gear, and more. And tonight's topic is atmospheric water harvesters. However, if you look it up, Wikipedia calls it atmospheric generators, which is not a generator. The correct scientific term is atmospheric water condenser. And how is everybody doing out there? Let's hop over here to the chat and go up. And it did. It took off the first comment, which was made last night at 9:50 p.m. by Uncle Al, Bullfrog 71. All right, so first one today is Shadow Scout Swede, followed by Phelan Clan Wolf, then Alicia Autism Mom, then Walt Rogers, then CR, Creative Redundancy. Everybody's talking there. Kaylin Strain came in, Idaho Garden Girl, Jeremy at Tactical Tennis. Sorry, got it backwards there. Jeremy at Tennessee Tactical One. Sorry, Jeremy. Let's see what else we got in here. Everyone's talking back and forth. Hardknack Farms is here. And let's see here. Phelan says he's still listening. Aidanir is in here. Mrs. Hardknack Farms' channel is in here. So she's watching on 2 channels. And okay, I'm going to scroll back up to a comment here. Years ago, when I had TV service, I watched a show about desert harvesting. People would in the area would hang long strips of and catch the moisture from the fog and stuff. Yeah, there are some neat ways of gathering it. All right, let's scrolling down here, see who else is coming in here. Suzanne Galley is here. And everyone's chatting back and forth. I love it. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Devil Dog Prepper is in the house. Teresa Buchanan is here. Okay, caught up to the end here. Now, on Teresa, I've been in 2 different parts of the country. In West Virginia, they call it Buckhannon. Out in California, they call it Buchanan. So whichever one's right, that's what I want to say. And Gear Grinding just said, put out his membership thing saying he's been a member for 10 months. So welcome, Gear. And all right. This topic tonight was suggested by several people, but it is most commonly suggested by Uncle Al. He mentions it in live streams with me and other things. He mentions the atmospheric harvesters. So I'm drinking water. Buchanan. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's like my first name. Depends what part of the country, the way the people pronounce it. Of course, my one uncle couldn't pronounce it right no matter what. In California, it's Guilford, like the movie star Jack Guilford. And back east, it was Guilford, like there was a U in it because of the Guilford courthouse, but there's no U in my name back there in the Carolinas. So, but my uncle always said Gilbert, and it's like there's no Bert in there. I think part of the problem is that he was a Chevy guy and he didn't want to say Ford. And let's see, Kimberly is here, as is Lewis. It's the Marshmallow Man. It's the commercials on your phone now. I tried going in there and setting it for the longest time gap between things, so it shouldn't have been kicking anything ads in until like 48 minutes into it. But hey, we all know the platform's getting greedy because they've chased off so many people that they got to gouge everyone they can. And Moon Over Miami's here. All right, so tonight's topic dealing with water, and of course, water is the number 2 rule of rules of 3. Now, I'll just go over those for those of you that haven't heard it or forgot about them. Rule 1 is 3 minutes without air, the average person die. Rule 2 is froze. 3 days without water, the average person dies. And rule 3 is 3 weeks without food, the average person dies. However, when it comes back to water, after 24 hours, you start to lose, what's the proper word I'm looking at? Not consciousness, coherency of your thoughts. Because your brain is 75 to 85%, depending on which study you look at, water. So, oh, I don't know why you're getting that type ads there, Uncle Al. But, yeah. Reliant Electricity Act. What now? I mean, and here's the thing. From everyone, has anybody on my Your Prep for Today videos in the last week seen an ad on one of those? Everyone I've talked to said no ad on my regular videos, only on the live streams. And the thing is, though, on a couple of my Your Prep for the Days, they got like 300 views. It's like bam, and it's like they're not putting ads on them. Oh well, that's what the ads are supposed to be, is on those ones, at the beginning or at the end. All right, let's get back over to this here. So, and so basically, an atmospheric water condenser, the scientific term, not the marketing term where they put the slow. It's a generator. It generates water. No, it does not generate water. It collects it. It harvests water or condenses water from the atmosphere. All right, so, and Kaylin says, still no ads on any of my other videos. Yeah, the AI is broken. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this here. And there's the button. Okay, this is one of the facts slides they had up there on the internet when you went for images on it. And they say, you want to have be able to do a high water uptake, low energy demand on it, fast capture release on it, and a capture release cycle stability. So, and then that's, and they call it atmospheric water harvesting or moisture harvester. Somehow, someone paid off Wikipedia to put generator on there, but they're not generators. So, this is a homemade one done up by some students, and basically they got their solar panel out there, a couple batteries. They got the unit up on top of the table here. They got the collection unit down here, and the water bottles to capture it after it dribbles out. Denver Mattress Company. All right, guys, I'm gonna take care of something here right now. All right, hang on. I'm going to interrupt here this, and I'm going to bring up here. All right, I'm going to take a new slide over here. All right, here's what you do. What you can do is you go up to the top up here, you right click, like I did. You right click on the where it says tab and it says duplicate. You click that and you'll get two. And usually the second one will not show the ads, where the first one, you leave it going, shows the ads. So that's one way around it. Valvoline. Geez, I know, Garden Girl, how many ads are you getting hit with? Dang. I'm really getting to be sick and tired of it. I mean, I knew stuff like this was going to happen. They said, oh, we're taking over the placement of ads on your video so you get the most out of it. Bullpucky, they're getting the most out of it, and I'm still, and actually my revenue has hit the toilet down to single digits per day, pennies per day. Ticks me off. All right, so this is an example of a homemade atmospheric water harvester or condenser. And basically, I'm going to just a quick one. And no, it's not a generator. Scratch that generator off. It's a collector. As you can see, it's not generating water. It's collecting it. Water condenses. It's a condenser on the cool surfaces. And just a simple version of it. Here's a more detailed version. You have like an air compressor, like not air compressor, a refrigerant compressor, like in your AC. Sends the high pressure coolant up here in the red, and they have a coolant condenser where the cool air blows across it, cools it down. It comes over here and it goes from a tight confined space, opens up to a big one where it cools down a whole bunch, cools everything down, so it produces cool air going across there. But this cool surfaces traps water. Water condenses on it here and drips off into the tank. Some of them have an ozone generator hooked up to the tank. Others have UV lights in there with the specific nanometers to kill any viruses or bacteria in the water. Then it pumps it through filters and it takes it out to what you get. This is a powered one. So this is how it it goes there. So, but hey, here's and most of your condenser, your atmospheric generators that say generator on it, they're like 3 times the cost of a dehumidifier. And what is a dehumidifier? The exact same friggin' thing. It pulls the moisture out of the air, collects the moisture down below here, and dries out the air going back into the basement or the crawl spaces or wherever. Grow Big TV, woohoo! Hey Joe, how's it going? All right, I'll make sure I'm not missing anybody else there. Okay. All right, so the bigger version here of it, which they list as a this is a humidifier too. But this one will in a day can do up to 29 gallons in a day. And this one here runs $5,999. But it takes power to run it. A similar atmospheric generator to produce 29 gallons is about $10,000. Hey, let's build one of our own. Well, Al, technically, all you say humidifier is dirty water. Technically, they're all dirty water until they've been filtered. And that's what some of the diagrams, they show filters on them and stuff, to filter the water. And that's why I like this. This one here has the filters there, and then has the ozone generator there. All right, but here's another one. This is a passive one. And passive ones, Joe, fat fingers in the car. Oh, Joe, yeah. All right. Anyways, so this is one that just it does the normal heating and cooling. by the sun and the night and collects water and fills it up and condenses it off on it. I'm going to circle back to this one here in a little bit, folks, and talk about something that's going on at the house in California, even the house here. Now, actually, I'll jump in a little bit here, but they're showing somehow that you can use if you have the solar panels up on your roof, put a like a gutter, a collection gutter at the bottom, because during the daytime it'll be nice and the sun's on it and it heats up and produces electricity. At night, the silicon panels loves to collect water because they're up away from the roof. They cool off quicker, and then they get water condensation on it, and it comes down and drips to the bottom and does that. What do I got here? All right, let me go back to this one here. So between this one and this one, interesting thing is we got the house re-roofed in California a couple of years ago. I did videos. I had videos on the contractors out there. I probably got about like 8 videos on them doing different things on it. The amazing thing was once they were totally done, they had all the gutters installed. I go out in the morning about 7 o'clock in the morning, and there's water coming off the roof, down the gutters, and flowing down the driveway. The water in the summertime. In the summertime, the water is collecting on the roof and running down, and on the flat part of the roof, which is why we had the whole roof redone, because there was problems there. They put on the sheets of a membrane plastic stuff on it. It's supposed to have a 50-year warranty on it of not leaking. Oh, holy macro! Shadow Scout Swede! Woo, woo, woo! All righty, thank you, sir. Anybody not subscribed to Shadow Scout, go over and subscribe to him. Thank you very much, sir. Wow. And I've put the ladder up there and I've looked and I've seen the water slowly coming off the shingle part, and it hits that white plastic membrane stuff, and the water's just collecting on that membrane like you wouldn't believe, and it's flowing down. And there's probably every night a gallon or two, or in the morning, a gallon or two of water is collected on the roof, coming down all the different downspouts. So just the house itself, even with the rocky shingles on it and stuff, is collecting about a gallon or two, at least a gallon, just off the membrane part. The rest of it's probably another gallon off the rest of the house, which is larger. And it drips down into the garden in the front, drips down onto the garden on the side. And so there's a lot of if we went with all plastic over the shingles, because the shingles will trap moisture and won't let it all drain off. It's just the nature of shingles. We probably get 3 gallons, maybe 4 gallons a night. And when the fog rolls in, it's even more water coming off that roof. All right, let's go to the next thing here. All right, so here's one of the things they talk about. Oh, have a high-performance air filter. And there's some disagreement on this out there. Some say, well, the high-performance air filter will actually start picking up some moisture out of the air, makes it harder, because basically it collects the moisture, and the air going through it has to re-evaporate the moisture from it, so it collects on the condensation fins to be collected. And then the water collects in the tray, goes through, and here it says high-performance 4-layer purification filter. Then it goes to a second water tank where it has the UV germicidal light with the 243 nanometer thing, I believe it is, on it, and it sterilizes the water and it pumps it out, turns it into drinking water. So different companies have set their stuff up in different ways. But if you want to do it yourself, you can, figure out ways of doing stuff and just have your filters at the end, to run stuff, run it through an inline, for a fish tank, a fish pond, where the water goes through the UV light and it goes through the filter and it's all taken care of. All right, Devil Dog, have a good night. Yeah, so off the roof, you're talking about bird poop. You're also talking about pollution buildup from dust, dirt, motor cars if you're in the cities, and other things too. Let's look at the next one here. And see if I got another one after that. No, that's it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that down there. All right, so I covered some of the information there on it, but one of the things that the Kraken's in the house. Woohoo! One of the things that I remember from back in my early teens was learning how to do a water collection in the desert with just a piece of plastic and a shovel and a cup. So you dig a pit, you put, dig it not wide. You want to dig it deep enough. So you, and then you put a cup down in the bottom. Then you lay some black plastic over the edges with a rock in it. So the center drops down like a cone above the cup, and you put some pile some of the dirt up around the edges so it doesn't fall down in. And you do it during the daytime, so it heats everything up. And as it heats up during the daytime, even during daytime, there'll be water coming up and collecting on that black plastic and dribbling down. It works good with black. It even works good, semi-good with the clear plastic. And then it dribbles on down. And at night, you get a lot more water at night. And so there's several things to do it there. Now here I've noticed on the foggier days, I get a lot of runoff off the metal roof off the shop, both sides. The water's just dripping off. The new metal roof I put over the patio, water's just dripping off of that, because that cools off really quick because there's no heat from a house coming up to it. And in the morning, I get water coming down, dripping off the gutters and stuff, and running off there too. So just off the roofs, if I were to put more gutters on the other side of the shop and gutters along the patio cover, I could probably get here on when we have a foggy night and in the morning it burns off and everything. But I could probably get several gallons, 3-4 gallons of water, depending on how much moisture is in the air during the nighttime. They built the survival car. Yeah. Yeah, and think that's and Kaylin, that's a backup thing we have. I have a whole bunch of gutters, vinyl gutters I brought up here from California when they redid the house. I pulled all of the gutters I put on it off, and I kept them. They were going to haul them off. I go, no, I'll take them off before you guys do that. And I pulled them all off, brought them up here, and I can put some extra collection gutters around to pick up more water. But the thing is, what do I got a quarter mile away? I got the Snake River. The house across the street, there's an old well there. If I need to, I can, get that well functioning again. And I got the irrigation ditch going through here. And I've talked to the Mr. Barris of the city's maintenance department here. And he goes, hey, if we have problems like that, he goes, I got the keys. I'll go up there and I'll lock open the irrigation ditch and get a water flowing through town, and everybody can just pull water from the irrigation ditch straight up, because the irrigation ditch comes straight out of Snake River. So we're good here. But for now, there are vertical, kind of like, the blinds, the vertical blinds go outside that will trap water on them as well, just as the wind blows through, and will collect water that way too. I've seen ads for those. I couldn't find any pictures of them for some reason, but I remember seeing them. I actually remember seeing them in Mother Earth News years ago. And so, and it works that way. Now, in the desert, Uncle Al, well, part of it, okay, when I was on the north rim of the Grand Canyon, up there at 7,000 foot elevation, we would get water dripping off the houses at night in the summertime, because the heat during the daytime actually gets the moisture coming out of the ground and off the plants and stuff, because I've got all these trees that have deep roots pulling water up to their leaves, and it's out in the air, and it collects at night. And by, I was trying to say pre-dawn, so before, early morning, before the sun's up, and as you can see the daylight coming up, before the sun actually rises and starts hitting the house, you'll get some collection. You'll get some, not much, but you will get water collecting there. But as soon as the sun hits it, within 5 minutes, the roof's dry. So you got to be very careful about the timing of collecting water and stuff there, and the systems. But they're using their work. I'm trying to think which country it was. It's over Middle East there, where they got the desalination plants. They're doing something similar with a low energy draw on it, using just some solar panels for the pumps and stuff, and they're pumping the water out, letting it evaporate up, and then collecting the water that's evaporating off like an atmospheric water condenser to get fresh water. Yes, Kraken, exactly. The morning dew, even in the desert, there's morning dew. I remember camping in the desert, thinking, "Oh, this is going to be dry," and everybody's stuff was wet for the first hour after the sun. You get the crack of dawn before the sun's actually on you coming up, and everybody's up doing stuff, and then sun comes up and everything finally dries out. But for some people that want to do this, I'm not sure how well it would work for Kaylin. That won't work too well on, because she has a north-facing patio. She had a south-facing patio, or porch, or a balcony. Balcony, there's the word. She could put some solar panel out there too, and use it to power a small unit there, and that way she wouldn't have to be storing so many things of water in her apartment. She could actually use this to collect enough water for her in a day, or probably a couple days worth in a day's worth of running. Hey, Prepper 101, how's it going? Yeah, hence it is not a generator, it is a condenser. And so there are a lot. You can look up passive moisture condensers for third world countries, and so they don't have to run an electrical powered condenser, an electrical powered fan, and to get stuff flowing. They just use the natural breeze and stuff. Now, how many people have noticed that when their AC is running, there's water dripping from the AC, and that's why it has a drain line on it. Whether it's an outside unit, or you have one of the also the inside ones too, will also have a drain on it too. I know across the street at the house over there, it has a drain on the outside for the heating coil condensers, cools it where it gives off all the heat and stuff and cools the refrigerant going into the house, and then where it recycles the air in the house through the cooling fins, it actually gets condensation built up on that, and it drains that out into the drain. So yeah, there are wet deserts, there are dry deserts, even in the Sahara. You can find water in the Sahara, and so, but it all depends on the weather patterns too. How much it's if you're getting an onshore breeze, it's bringing moisture into you, so it may not be enough to produce a lot of rain and stuff, but the vegetation near the shoreline with all the big leaves and stuff is collecting all of that moisture coming in on the onshore flow. Yeah, I have a window unit for the master bedroom. That's the only AC unit I have in the house over here, and it's dripping water off of it during the summertime when it's running. So the thing is, like, if we needed to, if the power was out and there was no, so the city pumps weren't working and stuff. Yeah, yes, Mr. Barra says he can turn it on, open up the irrigation ditches so everybody can get water. But on that, I can, if I hook up my solar panels to run the window AC unit, I'll just put it out there. We'll go out there with a funnel and jug and stuff and collect the water condensing on the coils there. And that's the thing where on some of these, because they're electrical, if the power goes out, you're going to need some way of powering. So you need a solar generators or solar panels generating electricity to run the AC unit or the dehumidifier or the atmospheric water condenser, whatever you want to call, whatever you're going to use to collect your water. And or you'd have to use a gasoline or propane powered generator to power it. The thing is on this, think outside the box. Now there'll be maybe a time where the water that the city is providing either stops because there's a problem with the water purification plant. And I'm almost chuckling when I say water purification plant because Flint, Michigan popped into my head. And hey, Lori, how's it going? Or the pumps aren't working, the pumps break down, and they're not able to provide the water to your house, but you still have electricity. It could be something as simple as a construction crew digging along, and somebody did the as-built plans wrong, and they thought the water line was another 18 inches lower than what they were digging, and they dig right through the water line, and so there's a day or two there without water for the area while they fix everything. Now that you mentioned Aiden there, I think I remember seeing something from that a few years back from Popular Mechanics. I think they had something like that. And I'm just thinking about a few years back. Okay, that was the last Popular Mechanics magazine my mom had signed me up for a subscription for was several years before I got married, which was over 30 some odd years ago. Yeah. So, yeah, there are some really outside the box plans out there that people have made, done up, and have it working for no or low power usage. And that's the thing too. Even if you if you have the compressor for one of these things that runs on a 12-volt motor, you can charge a 12-volt a couple 12-volt batteries to do that from not only solar panels but from a generator on a bike or alternator on a bicycle. So you can get that charging up there that way. Just checking the side chat here. Okay. So hopefully I'm getting you guys to think if there's a problem, this is the one way I can do it. Now, some people are saying, well, I got a well on my property. Cool. What happens if that well goes out or the power supplying that well goes out? It could be a while before the power gets restored, or before you're able to get a company out there to replace the pump to get water flowing again. I'm trying to remember, who was it? Someone had a problem with that. It took them several days, like 4 or 5 days before they were able to get their pump replaced. And what they were having to do was they had a bunch of those 5-gallon water cubes, and every day as they drove into town, they found a place in town where they could fill them up and bring the water back. So it was washcloth baths and no laundry being done until the pump got fixed. And that's the other thing too. Yeah, a backup hand pump is the other option to have before having to go to this. I look at the atmospheric water condensers, harvesters, as more as a stopgap for suburban dwellers rather than country folk. Because even like old school prepper, they have the electric pump with a backup water hand pump on it. And so, yeah. British and U.S. use condensation condensers in the 30s and 40s. Yeah. Come on. Bring that one up there. Back in, had a well, got contaminated by the flood that happened that year. She had to super chlorinate and the well so it was not potable. Yeah, it takes a while to fix a well to get it back clean again. And I stayed with her. Had to use bottled water for cooking and drinking. Yeah. Yeah. Buckets for shallow wells. So, but it's what I'm thinking about is, something that's, even a simple dehumidifier. If you're in a high humidity town or area, wherever you're at, if it's a high humidity area, a regular household dehumidifier will produce a fair amount of water. And it's, of course, the bigger the unit you get, the more water it's going to produce. And if you can use some of the other passive things we've talked about tonight to collect even more water, so much better. Okay. On IG, what do you mean by IG? Okay, our city has 3 wells with a total of 5 pumps. They don't run all the pumps all the time. 2 of the pumps are backup. I have irrigation ditch going through my property and the property my daughter's on across the street. On the other side of my property is a huge irrigation ditch for the Indian reservation. And I can always just go out there and toss a bucket in, or I can toss a little hose out there, and because it's an area they don't come patrol, and just pump water to that. Instagram. Oh, Instagram. No, I am not on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. All I'm on is Facebook and YouTube. Problem is for reverse osmosis takes power to run. And it also removes it removes just about all the minerals and stuff out of the water. So the water is unstable and it tries to pull minerals and stuff from your body when you drink reverse osmosis water. Twitter is now X rated. Oh, sorry. Twitter's now X. But as far as the atmospheric condensers, there are probably a lot of ways you can do it. Oh. Ryan Jeske at the Prescott Caliber Club for his bug out cabin. He's got solar panels out there. He's got a generator. He's got a water tank underneath the house, all this other stuff. But he has an area he's put out big sheets of plastic. And so he collects rainwater and morning dew water on that as well. Yeah. Sand filter, activated charcoal, glass beads in there as well works too. And just build a good filter on it system. So, but yeah, even from your household, dehumidifiers, everyone knows how much dust is in their house. I'm constantly having to dust my house and stuff. If you got dogs and cats inside, little kids running around, little kids running on carpet breaks down the carpet, and you're getting carpet fibers up there. So you're going to need to filter any water from the dehumidifier in the house. I think I've covered I think I beat this one just about to death here, folks. I think I provided enough information to get you all thinking about it, thinking about why you need to do stuff, and if you think about, is this something I need to have to my plan, or is I got 7 other sources of water, so I don't have to worry about this yet. Yeah, exactly. All right, check one thing over here real quick here. And okay, got several things coming up here. Real announcement here. A bunch of people have skipped out here. Saturday, on Survival Saturday, we're doing the 1,600 subscriber giveaway on Saturday. So, yeah. And so let me throw the other banner up here across the bottom. Come on, where is it? There it is. Okay. So there are three membership levels here on the channel. The prepper level is the 99 cents. The Grayman level is the $1.99, and the survivalist is the $9.99. When I do the wheel here for the giveaway, those on the survivalist level do not have to be present to win. That's one of the perks. That's like on Garden State Gardeners. If you're on Joseph's Journey level member, you don't have to be present to win. So, plus so you get one your name on the wheel once for the prepper level, twice for the Grayman level, and 10 times for the survivalist level. So, all righty. And well, we got 7 members now. I think we got 7 members on it here. All right. So coming up here, Friday on Camp Hatton Family Compound. This is suggested by Susan Galley. On this one here, it's AI generated photos and voices for scams, deep fake news photos. So we're going to be talking about that. And Suzanne's been finding all these cool articles on it. And so I'll be sharing the links to those on Friday in the description for it. So you guys can, refer back to it and just, go read up everything besides what we're going to talk about. So Saturday here on GrayMan, we're doing the 1,600 subscriber giveaway. And we're going to be talking about, are you ready for 2024? And we'll be talking a little bit about budget, exercising, lifestyle changes that you need to make for 2024. Okay, this is interesting. Shadow has not seen an ad yet. Lori says there's an ad about every 10 minutes for her. Hey, Practical Rifleman, how's it going? And who else was, Idaho Garden Girl was seeing a bunch of ads. Hey, Checked Off. How do you know I'm not deep fake? My teeth are crooked. A little bit. As on this stream for her. Uncle Al got a 5-second cruise ad for Thailand. Cool. At least it wasn't one of those gay ads you were complaining about earlier. All righty, folks. And let's see. Next, so Monday is Christmas. I may or may not come up and do a short live on next Tuesday. Next Tuesdays is suggested by Uncle Al. Specifically, you're going to an evacuation center. What are the do's and don'ts? So we're going to talk about that. And so that's what's coming up for this next week here. And also, if you watch any of the Your Prep for Today's and there's no ad on it, please put it in the comment section, no ad. So I'm trying to count up the number of no ad views I'm getting, so I know. So I get, if they start putting ads on them again, then I will know, and hopefully they'll start putting ads on my other videos, and they'll stop putting them on here on the live streams. All right, Kaylin will not go live Sunday. It's a family night for her. She may go live on Monday. Okay. And did I say hi to Checked Off and everybody else? All right. So we're going to wrap it up here. If you're thinking about doing some sort of atmospheric water collection, do some research. There are a lot of DIY project ones out there to collect water. So, all righty, everyone. Remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps. Water, food, medicine, clothing, learn a new skill, update your plans, and I'll see you Saturday. All right, take care.